Hi guys, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. The former federal lawmaker, Senator Shehu Sani, has shed light on the unsettling presence of Russian flags at the recent protest in northern Nigeria. Speaking on China's television, Sani suggested that the display of these foreign symbols was not a mere act of deference, but a part of a calculated plot to destabilize and potentially overthrow President Bola Tinubu's government. According to Sani, the protests, which took place in states like Kano, Zamfara, and Kaduna, were not purely about expressing dissatisfaction with the government's policies. Instead, he alleged that they were darker moves at play. A day before the protests, money was shared to the youths and Russian flags were distributed, Sani revealed, suggesting that these actions were intended to foment unrest and to create an environment ripe for governmental overthrow. This revelation has sparked widespread concerns as footage from the protest shows large crowds of young people waving Russian flags and even calling for a military rule in Nigeria. The presence of these flags, symbols of foreign power with a history of supporting authoritarian regimes, has led many to question the true intentions behind the protest and the force driving them. Sani's allegations have not only heightened the anxiety of security agencies, but it has also drawn attention to broader implications of foreign influence in domestic unrest. The police and the Department of the State Service (DSS) have already responded by arresting several individuals allegedly involved in the distribution of these flags and the organization of the protests. The idea that money was distributed to incite these protests further complicates the narrative, suggesting that the unrest may have been orchestrated rather than organic. This has led to calls for a thorough investigation into the funding and the coordination behind these protests, as well as the potential involvement of foreign entities or local actors with ulterior motives. Now, as Nigeria continues to grapple with economic and political challenges, the notion that the protests could be manipulated for political ends or undermine the country's stability is particularly alarming. And Shehu Sani revelations underscores the need for vigilance and careful examination of motives and motives behind these public demonstrations, especially when they involve symbols of foreign powers in the country. The unfolding situation serves as a reminder of complexities of political unrest and the potential for external influence to exploit internal discontent for its own end. And the Nigerian government and its security apparatus now face the critical task of addressing these concerns while ensuring that the right to peaceful protest is preserved in a manner that it doesn't threaten national peace and stability in the country. And as for Shehu Sani's statement, well, it's obvious that those moves were political moves aimed to undermine the government of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC in Nigeria. But it seems that the federal government who gave warning that any person seen carrying those flags will not be tolerated, because obviously it's a treasonable act, and such acts, are condemnable by the law and attracts heavy punishments by the law. Senator Shehu Sani's revelation comes amid the growing revolution in the north. Yes, it comes amid the growing revolution in the north as Nigerians protest over the current hardship in the country. It seems that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government has really seen a lot in the hands of these protesters. To an extent, Nigerians are tired. The people of the northern region are tired, and because of that frustration, most politicians wants to use this as an opportunity to undermine Tinubu's government in the north by paying people money to carry these Russian flags and protest. If not, no ordinary concerned Nigerians would try such a thing by carrying Russian flags to protest for what? Are we protesting for Russia to come and take over, or we are protesting that we want to put an end to bad governance in Nigeria? And that is the title of the protest, #EndBadGovernance protest. And a lot of persons have made their demands. So Tinubu has to meet, for his government to stand, Tinubu's government has to meet the expectations of these protesters. He has to, because as the day goes by, the Nigerian government gives Nigerians reasons to fuel this ongoing nationwide protest. And if care is not taken, a revolution will break out, an unnamed and unplanned protest will break out, and it will shock the federal government. It will take the government by surprise. So the government needs to heed to the concerns of the youths, and their demands are also to make sure that their demands are met. And if the government if the government fails to meet these these demands, well, there would be a lot of problems in the country because of this agitation, because of this hunger. Some politicians now, they've taken advantage of this. Yes, the president had earlier warned that some persons will try to hijack the protest, right? And we saw how it happened. Some persons indeed hijacked the peaceful protest. The once peaceful protest turned into a violent one in Kano and also in Kaduna and in other northern states in the country, whereby some persons were killed, some persons were arrested, some persons were injured along the line. This was not what Nigerians bargained for, but we saw it anyways. So it's obvious that these persons being given money to are going around causing all these troubles in the country amid the peaceful protests, leaving the innocent ones to suffer for their actions. And as it stands now, Shehu Sani has made this revelation that these protesters carrying these Russian flags do not really know what they mean. They don't know what they are agitating for. They don't know what they are calling out for. They were only given the money and the flag to, go ahead and protest with this. But ever since the chief of defense staff, Christopher Musa, gave the warning that it's a treasonable act, I think the northern youth desist from carrying Russian flags after several arrests were made. They also got hold of the tailor sewing the Russian flags. So guys, I'm dropping here. What are your thoughts on this? Kindly share your thoughts concerning this.